Why? Why are you laughing? What happened this time?
Nothing. Yeah. It's a little hitch in your giddy up.
No, I do not. No, I do not, man. It's very deliberate counting. All right. We start this episode. We're gonna have to count live so that the people don't believe that I have a problem counting to five or down from five. Like,
You can't even say it. How can you do it?
oh man.
How are you?
I'm well, man. How are you?
Oh, good. I'm good. I'm good. You well rested?
Um,
You got a
Facebook
lot of
creep.
nerve, by the way. Got a lot of nerve texting me to wake up.
Oh yeah, I took naps all day. By the way, yeah, it was a glorious day for naps, and still have bags under my eyes. Like it's just like those just aren't going away, I guess.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, I was it was all day napping.
Ooh.
Matter of fact, let me zoom in. I want to see how. Yeah, it's still some serious bags going on. We not messing around, son. They not going nowhere.
Secure
no,
the bags.
yeah, secure the bags, man. Um, no, but that was it. Was a good day of naps. Facebook creeping. Did you do some gardening today, brother?
Who, me?
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't.
you
I
didn't.
didn't.
Okay,
I didn't. Yeah, the
I
missus
saw the wife
got
posted
out there a
gardening.
little
That's
bit.
that's why I
Yeah,
called it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
stay away
Instagram.
from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because end up getting pulled into things that I have no desire to do. It's not her fault either. It has nothing to do really with her. It's just I'm out there and I decide that it's time to fix everything. Then 4 hours later, I'm upset about it.
See, I have let that go so long ago. The doorbell, my doorbell. I'm gonna tell y'all, exclusive information from our Rap Sucks Radio folks. Yeah, my doorbell still don't work.
Exclusive.
And I quit. Like I was like, I gotta climb up it. I've been up in that attic so much at this point to run lights and kill mice that now I'm like,
Well,
I'm not doing it.
I told you what happened with mine, right?
No, what happened?
I haven't had a doorbell since I moved back in.
Wait, I feel like you told me this story, but what's the story again? That's the opening question. Kev, what's the story on the doorbell?
It's a terrible. This is a terrible story. But basically, I made a decision while I was having the house remodeled. It was a dumb decision. Wasn't well thought through. Um, should not have been allowed to make a terrible decision as far as I'm concerned. That's somebody else's mistake. But it has left me without. They let me disconnect the chime in the house that then allowed me to not have power to any doorbell connection in the front or the back of the house.
All right.
So I've been running a USB connection to a doorbell camera that is taped to the inside of my front door.
Let's go. That's what
So
I'm talking
I've
about.
all the functionality of a smart doorbell without the actual bell. In some ways, it's the smartest doorbell of them all.
True. Mine, you got to hold down the button for it to ring. So if you like slightly press it, it'll be like that. And then if you hold it down, it'll go ding dong. And all I do is switch the wires on the actual bell, which is in my attic.
Uh,
But I'm like,
yeah.
sometimes life happens.
People shouldn't be coming to the door anyway.
Yeah,
COVID.
leave me alone. I try to explain to people this weekend, like I don't really want to know people. And this is the thing. So like, shout out to my man Fizz, Fizz and Omega, definite friends of the show. Spit Kicker fam, whole 9 yards. Very educated brothers who are constantly teaching me new things in conversation. Although Fizz is ridiculous as a human being in general because he's from Philly, it is still, a lot of lessons being learned. But one thing that we do have in common, where I am not an introvert, is I still don't want to hang out with people. Like I don't mind having conversations with strangers or being at an airport and just ending up in random conversations like, "Oh, how you doing? Who are you?" Blah 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 blah. Like that's no problem with me.
Uh-huh.
But beyond these casual conversations, I don't particularly want to know anybody outside of the people that I actually know. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm great at casual conversation. And it's like, yo, we should hang out more. And I'm like, but nah, though, right? At the end of the day, right? Like, no, though. Probably not, huh?
We should, but that's not gonna
Right? We got this bar.
happen.
Occasionally, we'll meet up at this. What, you want to come out to my house now? That's where I watch TV and you know what I mean?
Take naps.
Take naps and ignore my doorbell. Like it's a whole different life here. You know what I mean? So no. But to be fair, to pointlessly extend this conversation.
How many times does the doorbell ring and you say shh to everybody in the house?
Oh my God, yo. There's a long story about this when my in-laws were here and that happened. But yeah, man, we like stare. Cause my the living space is upstairs for us. So you walk in the door, you go straight upstairs, right?
Oh, okay.
And the garage is below us. Gotcha. So the front door, of course, is below us. So
that's too much. So you have to take some stairs to go.
I got to take stairs to get to the front door. Family, it's not made for company. If you want to come by my house and hang out, just don't, because it's never gonna happen. I'm gonna be like, look, I don't feel like walking downstairs and answering the door for you. Yeah, everybody be quiet. Yeah, be people. They bring the door multiple because the dog is barking.
We're clear.
And you could hear me and my wife being like, everybody be quiet. Shh. Like, so the person at the door knows we're home. You know what I mean? But whatever, I didn't want you here anyway. At the end of the day, I don't want you in my house no way. So, yeah.
God, you're a very welcoming individual.
Yeah. I'm inviting in random conversation, but outside of that, I have no desire to know you beyond that. I have a neighbor that my boy Julio that I can hang out with Julio. That's my folks. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the rare new people that I know that I could actually be like, yeah, we can hang out. Like, yeah, but it still ain't come to my house. Like, he my neighbor. I still don't be like, yo, come by. But like, we do like teenagers. Like, you want to drink at the park? Because that's what we're gonna do it. Oh man. Anyway, random Rap Sucks Radio moments. Kev, there is something that I guess we could approach the subject. I don't know. I'll try to shoehorn it into our conversations or whatever. We'll see how this works or whatever. But there was this an opinion on social media that I kind of want to make fun of, and then maybe spitefully make a clip of it myself and post it onto my social media to make fun of the people who have that opinion. But I'll have to figure out how to shape and form that. So we'll see how it goes. So
leave it in.
Yeah. Anyway, yo, Kev, with all that being said, you want to hop to the other side, man?
Yes.
All right, cool.
I would like that.
All right, let's do this, y'all. Let's go.
Rap Sucks Radio. Blah, 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 blah.
What up, y'all? You are live on Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Track Life and your fam, Kev Sakota.
What up?
I expected more. What happened?
Yeah.
You dropped the ball.
I didn't take a nap.
Hey, see, you're lost, man. You're lost. Yo, thank y'all for tuning in, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you would like to catch past episodes of Rap Sucks Radio, you can go to rapsucksradio.com or any of your favorite podcasting platforms. And if you would like to catch this on your TV, you can go to BTSN Pass, that is Behind the Scenes Network. What you do is you download the app or channel on your Roku or any of your Amazon Fire devices. Click on the Apple channel once it's downloaded, and we are right there. We have our own section and everything. Rap Sucks Radio with plenty of other dope content. BTSN Behind the Scenes Network. We want in. All right, Kev. Here we go. The best part about this is how I had to catch myself and not say crochet instead of crochet. Yo, Kev, man.
Is that spelled correctly?
I believe.
I didn't really look it up.
I don't know. Maybe 2 T's. I have no idea.
Went on instinct.
It's probably spelled correctly. I wouldn't know.
Can we? Does anyone have Common's number? Can I call a friend?
I've been listening to Common a lot lately, and yeah, I forgot how dope Common was because he did so. It's somebody before we get into who got it chilled. It's weird how somebody can be so weird personally that you forget how good they were before they started acting weird.
I think it's just Fizz. Whenever Fizz posts anything about anything, or whenever Kanye does anything about anything, I go and listen to the people, and then everything sort of balances out.
It's not just Fizz on this one, man. Fizz is to blame for quite a few things, just to be very clear, right? Along with really the whole state of Pennsylvania, not just Philly.
But as we're about to find out.
Right? However, in this case, nah, man, Common did get a little strange.
My wife got the kid to watch Waffles and Mochi on Netflix, Michelle Obama's show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a, kid show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hear it's the same thing every time. You hear the voice, and I'm not paying attention. So I hear the voice. I'm like, is that? And I look up and I was like, oh yeah, it's Common.
Did she have to force her to watch the show, by the way?
A little bit.
A little bit.
All right. A little bit. But no, she was asking to watch more when it was done. So it's probably Common more than anything.
All right. I mean, his lyrics do seem to be more pointed towards children these days. All right. Let's get into the show. So Kev, who got to chill this week, man?
What's my friend's name here? Rachel Powell has got to chill.
You got it. Rachel Powell got to chill, fam. The reason why is, Kev's topic title for this is she's about as smart as a crochet condom, which Kev, man, the writer of the show, by the way, people, the primary writer of our show.
Condoms 2 weeks in a row making an appearance.
Wow.
On
right.
The old program here.
Right. Man with two kids says, man, where were they in the past? I'm kidding. Okay. So why does Rachel Powell got to chill? Well, she is an accused U.S. Capitol rioter known online as, quote, Bullhorn Lady, unquote, has been ordered to explain why her pretrial release shouldn't be revoked after Law and Crime reported that she appeared to have been recorded in a bookstore wearing a mask with holes in it, in possible violation of court-ordered conditions for staying out of jail. The source for this is lawandcrime.com. The players are involved are Rachel Powell, aka Bullhorn Lady. All right. Talk about a whack rap name. All right. So as Law and Crime discussed at length on April 9th, I guess there's another article at April 9th, and in a since deleted video had been posted at the end of March on Facebook on Mr. Bookman's page. It's a used bookstore in West Pennsylvania. I really was hoping it was West Philadelphia. Shout out to Will Smith lyrics. Showed an individual who appeared to be Rachel Powell wearing a mesh mask. The problem was that Powell, as a unique condition of her pretrial release, was ordered by Chief U.S. District Judge Beryl A. Howell to wear a mask whenever she leaves her residence. Those were his instructions. On Friday, Senior U.S. District Judge Judge Royce. Oh man, it's divided. Lamberth. I'm sorry, my screen's divided a little bit. A Ronald Reagan appointee said in crystal clear fashion that he felt the defendant's actions mocked the earlier court order. Lamberth began by noting that U.S. Probation and Pretrial Services filed a non-compliance report in Powell's case on April 15th. That report, the judge said, contained an image from the aforementioned video, which shows the defendant wearing a mask with holes in it large enough to see the defendant's nose and mouth. When Pretrial Services called defendant to inquire about the video, defendant was evasive in answering the officer's questions regarding the material of the mask. And that's about where I'm going to end that story.
Oh,
Take it
so-
away, Kev.
But the story doesn't say anything about how she was tased inside the bookstore
Was she really?
or how she was shot inside the bookstore
Oh,
or how
I'm
she
sorry.
was beaten within an inch of her life inside the bookstore.
Nope.
No. But you kind of gotta admire the troll game though. Her
Do you though?
troll game is on 1,000.
I think you got to have a quality troll game for me to admire it. Like the purpose has to be pretty strong too, right?
Well, they didn't say what kind of mask she had to wear.
That is true. I guess you're right about that.
But yeah, it looks like a butterfly net or something.
Yeah, yeah,
It looks like fancy under
or like I don't know. It does kind of. It looks like you know how I don't know. Sometimes if you buy fruit, there's like the little mesh packaging that some fruit comes in. It looks like that.
Yeah. We'll post a picture of that up. Yeah, she's stupid. That'd be a pretty duncy way to get thrown back in pretrial detention.
Woo! That how did you get here? Conversation, man. How you get back in jail? Well,
Because she's evidently, as it probably not shocking, a little bit of an anti-masker.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know. She felt like she needed to make a statement. This is actually, I need to bookmark this for whenever people say there's no such thing as privilege,
Mm-hmm.
much less white privilege.
Sure.
Like, dude, you could be out on bail and go used book shopping. with a terrible mask. I mean, and then the nerve for her to pull this crap at a place that's named after the most beloved, perhaps the most beloved character from television's Good Times.
True.
Western Pennsylvania's own Mr. Bookman's used bookstore. That's terrible. Why would you
Yeah.
do this?
Because she doesn't know that. Also, well, you know what, Kevin, man? She's got to, within 10 days, of at least 10 days of the release of this article, she has to provide an explanation on writing on why she should not have to go to jail. That is like detention standards,
Is that when she's going to get tased
right?
or shot
Or shot.
or beaten within an inch
No.
of her life?
No,
Probably not.
no.
No.
Mm-mm. Not going to happen. She'll be all right if she goes to jail at all.
She'll be cool, man. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. These people. Is anything going to happen to any of these guys?
One will suffer. Probably the black dude will suffer extreme. I mean, it'll be deservingly so to some degree, or well, not to some degree, but I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I'm saying, one or two will suffer, but the rest will be eventually, they'll kind of try to be like, okay, have people forgotten about this? All right, let's let them walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people are, like I heard someone talking about how quickly we forget about these things, which is totally true. Some ways understandable, but I hadn't seen a video of it in a while because it's been, I think today or yesterday was 100 days since.
Yeah.
And I saw a video. I was just like, yo, this is nuts.
Yeah, it was insane. It was kind of crazy to watch. Like, yo, that happened.
Yeah.
That happened. Like, y'all did that. Wow.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah, there's something absolutely wrong with y'all. Yeah, my direct answer to your question,
she'll live to buy another used book,
right?
That she probably can't even read.
And I mean, and look, here's the thing. A peer of ours made a bit of a kind of a goofy counter argument about the recent, I thought it was my taser shooting or whatever. As if, it's one of the more goofy arguments that people have made about, about any recent trial or whatever, any recent police killing, where it's sort of like the victims are made out to be heroes. And I think that that's more of a personal thing, right? Like, I think it's your lens that makes you believe that people are seen as heroes and martyrs when they're really just victims and they're being discussed as victims, but you somehow find find that discussion is leaning towards the side of a hero. But the reality is the person is a victim, and it would be like any other situation. You know, of course, you know, what about black on black crime people? Hi guys. You guys are also always so comfortable with giving a voice to the victim of those crimes and always want to. But then no matter who that victim is, but when there's a role reversal, then you want to get into great detail and make sure that all the facts are ironed out. And did we read every page and dot every I? And my argument is no one is treating anybody like a hero. There's no person in America that wants any of these brutal and or racist and or sexist and or falsely religious attacks to happen. Therefore, there's no one that sees any of these people as heroes. These are victims. And if you are uncomfortable with the fact that there is a victim to a crime, then cry about it. Drown yourself in your tears, because that's just what the reality of what this is. And the reason why I make this entire statement is because this woman will be seen as a hero. Right?
Yeah.
She will be seen as, and if you want to see a person who does something foolish, suffers a mild consequence, which she may have to go back to jail, right? Which is technically not mild, but it's mild in comparison to being shot and killed, right? She'll be seen as a hero, right? Or the young man that murdered the two gentlemen in Kenosha. See, he's being seen as, if you like to see what a hero looks like, go over there. And a lot of times when you do go over there, that's when you start painting the facts the other way, because you're so happy with the idea that maybe white supremacy should be a good thing and we should all live by it, right? Even if I love you, even if you're a good friend of mine, I genuinely want you to know that you're stupid. Genuinely. And that's how I feel when you speak. Wow. This person is really stupid. And it's not a I know, Kev. Look, and it's not a attack on your freedom of speech. Say what you want to say. Like, I don't believe you're being canceled because nobody wants to listen to your ramblings or they unfollow you. You're not being canceled. You still get to walk around the earth. Other people who are victims of these things, they don't get to walk around the earth, right? So that is the true cancel, right? So, yeah. She's going to be a hero at the end of this. And that's the thing that people need to understand. She's an anti-masker, a Capitol rioter. These people are already seen as the great patriots of the country in many circles, probably to the lower percentage, but yet and still. So you have to learn the difference between a hero and a victim. She's a victim of nothing, but she will be seen as a hero. And that will be part of the discussion on the more quote unquote patriotic side of the internet. And those circles will be like, you know, this is where the stand is happening, and you can see that the world is changing. You know, it'll be the thing, and she'll be the one that they hang their hat on when they eventually go out and murder another person, or beat another person, or threaten a senator, or, you know, threaten to cause harm to a political official. She'll be the flag. Meanwhile, those of us who are protesting police brutality and violence, we will not be carrying a George Floyd flag into the murder or threat of a senator. We won't do that. You see what I'm saying? And you can't see the difference because you sleep comfortably with white supremacy and love it. It's your baby. And that's why you have an issue. You have to not love white supremacy so much. Then maybe you'll come back to where, or maybe not come back, but maybe you'll come to your senses. So, all right, rant over.
Yeah, they're really, you know, this is the point in the game when there is definitely a team that's trying to take their ball and go home because they're losing. And, I mean, it was yesterday that those Dumbos decided they were going to start the America First Party, or the America First Coalition, or whatever the heck it's called. That,
I'm so glad I don't keep up with having it.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Gosar, two of the more active members of the rhetoric that started the whole riot and the big lie and all that. I mean, they decide they want to say that American values need to be upheld. I wish they would just have the nerve to say what they mean, because everything in their policy excludes people who look like you, excludes people who look like me, people who look like our Mexican brother, our South Asian brother, or any of a number of different nationalities that are not white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, even though they probably aren't at the end of the day either.
Yeah.
They're just close enough, right? And so this is happening. It's going down, and yeah, I feel like the privilege is so extreme that when they're put in a tough position, it becomes very difficult for them to react rationally. You can't. We have heroes. There was a long period of time where we could barely raise up heroes because our stories were not. We were not allowed to tell our stories, or we were not allowed to hear the stories of our forefathers.
Right.
Or a lot of us just didn't know who our ancestors were, where they were from, the great things that they did in their past. But we have heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need the tragic loss of a 13-year-old boy to give me another hero.
Right.
So don't put that on me. And then don't use those same lips and those same thumbs to talk about Colin Kaepernick when he takes a knee and say that he shouldn't be doing that.
Well,
Don't talk about LeBron and say he should shut up and dribble when he's using his platform to speak out against something that he should not have to speak out against. None of us should have to speak out against it. And then be crying about the fact that you can't leave your house to go get your half-bald head cut because you don't want to wear a mask and you don't want to shut your mouth and stay inside for a little while, so that you don't kill everybody around you like a clown.
Well, I think that you brought up an excellent point. I've been recently seeing people, counting Kaepernick and the Capitol rioters as equal in a sense. And I think that's a very convenient argument, right? It's a very conveniently racist, if you will, argument, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like to be like, no, well, it's the same thing. Both of them are stupid. It's like, no. It's not the same thing. It's not even close to the same thing. They're so far different that I don't even see how you could see them on the same street.
Did Kaepernick kill a couple cops on his way down to the knee or on his way back up?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Maybe we have to go back to the tape.
Well, I mean, what are we doing here?
The officials.
Yeah.
Get under the hood, check out that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe take a look.
Let's see. World
Slow
Star.
it down.
Maybe he did it on World Star. Right.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever. Yeah.
But it happens quite a bit, man. You'd be surprised. I mean, not really on my timeline. I use my social media quite a bit because, again, okay, pause for station identification here, Trek Life identification. If you're ever wondering why I refer to my social media as the kind of primary source for my commentary with people, just go back to the beginning of the show when I said that I don't want to hang out with you guys. Mm-hmm. So you don't feel like social media is my only word. It's the reason that I'm most comfortable interacting with people from that much of a distance, because I don't really want, on the new album, I said, I don't want to be homeboys, friends, group, tag team, or clique. I really meant that. I really don't.
New album?
Yeah, it's on the way. But I really meant that. I don't really want to know you guys like that. It sounds so mean, but I don't. So our interactions on social media is where I hear your opinions. And I feel like people have the time to process their thoughts as they're writing them out on social media. Whereas in our conversations, we might pull a few punches or maybe not get out the words that we wanted to get out. But when you're writing these things down, these are your complete thoughts. So that's where I get your complete thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's partially over generous too, unfortunately.
Okay.
I know when I write something or post something that's on the edge.
Right.
I know when I say something that I'm like, all right, that was fair. You're right. I was stupid.
Right.
If you're not willing to do that, then get off.
Right.
Because yes, you should take the time to put a little bit of thought. If you're writing about something stupid, whatever, who cares? But if you're trying to make some sort of serious point, something you believe in, then don't just rattle it off and spit it out there and then get upset when somebody tells you that you're an idiot. I mean, that's like, again, you get punched in the face in person, or you can get a little comment sent your way, mean comment that you don't like, that makes you sad for half a day or whatever. It's really up to you. But no, I actually disagree with you. I don't think that they put a lot of thought into it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, normally, emotion doesn't require a ton of thought, but yeah, look, she didn't get harmed at all. Rachel Powell is going to walk away from all of this. She'll be a great American patriot that in some states will probably be in a history book curriculum as I've seen some of these non-mask wearing people. Honestly, I've seen these articles being compared to like Rosa Parks. You know what I mean? Like great protesters of our time. And
what is that too? How is it that now you don't want to celebrate those heroes that I was speaking of earlier, briefly, in any positive way, but rather than say that you are the Thomas Jefferson of this era or some other of 1,000 different slave-owning white dudes that you can compare your patriotic ass to, you want to compare yourself to Rosa Parks. Get out of here.
Right.
Right. That seat is not for you.
No, it's not. It's not in the front, back, side to side of the bus. It don't matter. You don't belong on that bus. So yeah. But in the end, again, nobody thought they had a taser on her. So consider her lucky. Right? There you go, guys. All right. Pause for silence. Because the next topic is so far off of what we've been discussing. We probably should let it breathe for a minute because we about to go left. Oh,
that
man.
boy's spitting.
Yo. Okay, so we've had this article lined up for a couple of episodes and haven't gotten to it. But
long wind up.
I know, man. But I'm so when y'all hear what Kev wrote about this, okay. This fool Kev said Trey Songz is a one-man Florida. Listen, this is
thing is that it still applies.
It does still apply. This was in March, though. I guess technically old news. The way the news cycle works these days, this is old news. But Trey Songz goes viral after video surfaces of him spitting in two women's mouths. Kev. The source for this one is Hot New Hip Hop. That is your source for all hard-hitting news. Players involved in this are Trey Songz. God, this is gross. All right. Okay. Trey Songz hit a pretty interesting, has had a pretty interesting 2021 thus far. Back in January, the singer was arrested for punching a cop. His alleged sex tape then leaked the following month, subsequently directing fans to check out his OnlyFans account. Okay. Continuing on his stake, a questionable newly surfaced video of Trey Songz has been making rounds on the internet today. The clip showing Trey dripping saliva into the mouths of two women, raising eyebrows across social media.
They call him Trigger? Trigger's
yeah, you realize how I skipped that, right?
There's only one. We only recognize Trigger the Gambler.
Yeah, that's the only one. Yeah. Yeah. The gun smoker, the not spitting in women's mouth, dude. In the 13-second clip, a shirtless Trey Songz on what appeared to be the set of a music video, is seen standing over two women, kneeling down in front of his package, quote unquote.
Amazon.
They're licking they're licking each other's tongues, and he then spits in their mouths.
So you have a new album. What's your video going to entail?
Oh, my OnlyFans just happened. Me telling you how much I don't like you, but hoping that you buy my record. That is horrible promo for the record.
Oh, ring the cash register.
Yeah, Trey is way better than me at this. Bottom line, it's not even close. Trey Songz has already defeated me at this. I could read more, but why does anybody need to know any more about this? Okay.
Since you did borrow quite a bit from the article, I don't think you read the headline, right? The headline was pretty strong as well.
All right, what was the headline?
The headline from Hot New Hip Hop.
Your source for hard-hitting news.
Headline: Trey Songz goes viral after video surfaces of him spitting in two women's mouths. That's strong.
Hey, you know what? You're way iller than I am. I didn't even catch it till right now. That is very true.
He was wearing Rachel Powell's mask. That's the cold part about it. Who wore it better?
Oh my God. So this all appeared to be consensual, by the way, for anybody who is questioning that. It was on the set of a video. It was, I want to blame the tip drill video for this, but I guess, how did we get here would be the question. But that's not true either. Yeah. There are a lot of better things to do with your time, I guess. But hopefully they were paid handsomely. Maybe I'm a prude, man. Maybe I'm being prudish about this. Maybe
is that it?
Maybe this is the thing now. Yeah.
Old head energy.
This is old head energy. The gross version.
Let that man live in his non-COVID world, man.
Let him live, man. Let him live. Yeah. It's his OnlyFans, not mine. You know what I mean? I don't plan.
If the spit stays airborne for less than 5 seconds before she catches it,
but
that's legal. That's regulation.
What got me was
do tell.
So then I scroll down and I see the picture, and they don't show the picture of what it's the picture that goes with the video. Now I never clicked on the video, just to be clear. But the image, the lead image of the video is of course two women, and they tongues is like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
is this still your OnlyFans?
It's my OnlyFans. I was like, what? Okay.
They're friends.
I have nothing against that part of it. I was just like, these have to be the most elongated tongues I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, how did that happen? What in all the world?
It's Florida.
It is Florida.
It could have been anywhere.
I had a couple of other questions about what happened when I was young. Like, where were they when I was a child? When I was in my 20s? What?
They were with Matt Gaetz.
Right? What rapper was doing well? Okay, here's the exercise, Kev.
There's going to be a homework assignment.
This is the classroom assignment.
Oh.
Excluding Luke and Two Live Crew and Too Short, what rapper from our time would be it if there was Instagram during our time? What rapper or R&B singer would be in Trey Songz situation?
Well, so what happened? The whole train of thought, just so you know the journey that I just took. You went from Luke.
Okay.
That's the benchmark right there, right?
Fair enough.
Whole Two Live Crew. I took that to mean the whole crew, right?
Whole crew.
So instantly I'm thinking Too Short. You knocked out Too Short, right?
Yep.
So I'm thinking, I got no answers now. I don't know. What's he going to ask me next? I have nothing to contribute. And then you said, which rapper but then you said or R&B singer.
Yeah.
Then it opens up a universe of possibilities.
All right, so because he's not a rapper, so I had to actually I actually shouldn't have included any rappers because he's not a rapper. So who comes to mind? Who would have been in this situation if Instagram existed in our day?
Steve Urkel.
Is he a R&B singer or a rapper?
And why not? Why not? Why not?
I would say Bobby
Webster.
Brown. Bobby Brown is who comes to Webster. He's so stupid. Bobby Brown is who comes to mind for me. This seems like something that Bobby Brown would have been caught up in back in
Yeah,
our day.
Bobby would be looking at this like that, like light work.
Yeah, Bobby looking at this right now like, wait, what you talking about?
Started.
Yeah, the two women would have been respected R&B singers. It wouldn't have been like two paid models. It'd have been like, nah, two people y'all actually respect. I'm doing this too, by the way. You know what I mean? Like Bobby would have been like a gospel singer and an R&B singer just to make it worse.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my choice is Bobby Brown. Yeah, I'm not accepting Steve Urkel as your answer, but I'll let you slide with that since we got to move on anyway.
It. All right. Yeah. Things to do.
Speaking of old head energy, I don't know how.
Oh,
Right? Am I right?
Wow.
Good job. It's a world of setups, ladies and gentlemen. A world of
Look at
setups.
He's back. He's back. Got that album promotion energy.
Yo, Kev,
No.
let's hit him with a damn nature, man. You down?
Yes, do it.
Let's do it.
Damn, nature.
All right. So, topic title of this is "Damn Nature, You Gross." The reason why is sea slugs have been discovered with the ability to self-decapitate and grow new bodies. This is reported by CBS News. The players involved are, I said, "Damn Nature, you gross," but I don't really know. Like, it's gross. Sea slugs. All right. So real quick, in Tokyo, Kev, go get your natives. Self amputation of body parts is well documented in the animal kingdom. Geckos shed their tails, still wagging, as a diversion tactic when threatened. There's also supposed to be like a dinosaur. I'm adding this information in. Former whatever. It's not really a dinosaur, but like an ancient creature that also was able to do that. That was like super large. Anyway,
Dinosaurs are fake.
there you go. That's true. It's just they're just really gasoline.
They walked off the edge of the earth.
Shout out to Kyrie Irving. Some species of insect will sacrifice an injured leg or let go of a limb to escape a predator. But at least 2 species of sea slugs have astonished researchers by taking self-amputation to the extreme. It's been discovered that they can decapitate themselves, jettisoning everything but their heads, including their major body organs. Kev, the odd behavior was spotted by a doctoral researcher at Nero Women's University who saw that a sea slug had separated its own head from its body. Together with a colleague, the pair studied 15 lab-bred snails and 1 wild one. They noticed that the animals have grooves in their necks, which appears to be predetermined breakage plane, according to their research, which was published in Current Biology. Then they then they forced the decapitation by gently tying a nylon thread around the snail's necks at the breakage point to prompt the self-decapitation, which takes about 20 hours. Then marveled as 1/3 of the creatures, their heads, continue to move around vigorously. Now, just to add something for the listeners, they do have the imagery of like the heart regrowing and all the organs regrowing back. So these things literally self-decapitate themselves and continue on. Like Celine Dion and Titanic.
You're showing some depth right now.
World's worst movie, by the way.
People love that movie.
I know they did.
I did not. That movie is a cure for insomnia.
It is immediately. It's the first cure for insomnia. It's like, oh, word. I don't want to be involved in any of this. Whatever y'all doing, stop right now. I don't want any part of this. Oh, man. Yeah, it's an awful, awful waste of time. We're going to talk about slugs, but listen. The ship sinks. Like, what do you want to know? That's what happens. It sinks. It sinks in dramatic fashion. Just dramatic fashion, guys. Like that's what happens. If you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, the ship sinks dramatically. People are continuing on. And if you think that I am the type of artist that would continue to play while the ship is sinking, I am not that type of artist, by the way. I am leaping over your children's heads to safety. No, I'm kidding. I would like to hope that I would be much more.
You're going for a foul ball.
Yeah, it's a wrap. No, I'd like to think that I'd be much more heroic in those moments, but I'd hate for a camera to be on if I ever had to be heroic, because I just feel like it's 50-50. It's 50-50, man. Who knows what'll happen, man? I like to be honest, man. I'm on this thing about being honest with oneself, and I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that if a ship was sinking, I might turn into like Superman. I don't know.
Did you see me running? Yes. Did you hear me yell run? Yes. That's all I can do.
That's all I can do.
All we can do.
That's it.
You want more? You came to the wrong place.
On a scale of band continuing to play while ship is sinking, and I think it's a movie, but people like played the clip like it was a real life thing where like a tidal wave hit the balcony of a restaurant while like a man was eating with his family, and he ran and left the family there. Yeah. So I like to think I'm not as bad as him, but
because that was the premise of that Will Ferrell movie too.
Yeah,
The Avalanche.
Yeah.
You gotta at least grab the kid.
You gotta grab the kid, man.
If you gotta get leverage off your old lady, I mean, it's a tough call, but
Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The reason why men sacrifice themselves in those situations is simply to not hear their wives if they don't. It's not heroic, ladies. It is simply self-preservation, man. I'm going to have to put myself in harm's way, because if I don't, I'm going to hear this woman mouth forever.
All the way home.
All the way home.
We got a long drive.
Oh, my God, man.
The radio's out all the way.
If we so happen to owe on our taxes 3 years from now, we're going to hear about this. What happened? And what about that one time that you... Oh my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And why would it be? Why is the band? Why is that part of the? Is that? I assume that actually happened.
I mean,
Or was it just part of the lore of the story? You
Both,
play in
probably.
a band. You got beat up your whole life by the people who are rich enough to be on that boat, and now this is how you're gonna be a hero? Come on.
Well, aside from that, like,
take that little flute and beat somebody who's trying to get in the boat before you. It's that
I have two perspectives on this, Kev. One of them is, okay, fine. You did what you loved till the very end. I guess you knew it was over, so that's what you did. But listen, first of all, even the movie was cold-blooded to them. Do you remember how one of the band members died? How they showed
you actually watched this movie?
Oh, in parts. I don't know what happened before the boat started to crash, like sink, and after. I just watched the part.
Let me interrupt you for. I need to ask you just one question.
Sure.
Was Common in this movie?
My answer is, could black people be on that boat? That's a good. So point. Wouldn't be no Common.
Good point. He's got range. The guy's got range.
Common ain't that light skinned. Okay, but
Common just freestyling forever.
But
Goes down.
that's my thing. So the second thing is, okay, how noble is that? People around you are dying and need help to boats. And your noble action is to continue to play your instrument so that they could die peace with your music. Or like, nah, man, put the thing around to help women and children.
You're being selfish. Selfish musicians.
Yeah.
Terrible.
They ended up showing homeboy like fall and bounce off of like a part of the boat. Like they killed homeboy the most brutal of any. So they still was disrespectful to the band members.
Oh man.
Yeah. So anyway, all this to say that the reason why these sea slugs are self-decapitating is to escape their wives or girlfriends, and that is the whole point that I was going to make.
That's the question I was going to ask you. Have you ever been in a situation where you did not want to be, and if you could have done this, you would have gladly just...
I can think of several. I could think of like 5 off the top of my head at Knitting Factory. Like just at one location, where if I could have just been like and just like, oh my god, and then I think
Kev, help me out till my legs grow back. Get me a Heineken and put me on a stool.
For real. Look,
I'm gonna need you to help me with the beer.
when the ambulance shows up, they can be like, Mr. Bruner, you have to stop doing this. You can't keep doing it. I'm like, look, man, I don't like to argue. Like, this is way easier.
Oh man, forget about Peloton though. This is the weight loss plan of the century.
It really is.
Ooh boy,
man, if you're sick of your body, this is it.
What if you did that and it grew back worse? Ooh, that'd be cool.
I guess it's an option. It's an option, boy. But it oh my god. I'm just thinking of the immediate decapitate. Like, when do I decapitate? Do I decapitate at the like sign that the person has entered the building? Like, what? Or at the casual hey. Or
you would do it as soon as the doorbell rang. You'd just be sitting there.
Right, like,
it's open.
I'm out. Like, I'm out. I'm done. I don't even want to deal with it. I'm out, yo. We're not gonna get to the do you have a minute to talk? It's like,
does it look like I can talk? My head is upstairs.
What happens when they figure it out and they still sitting there? You just like, oh, man, damn it. What is with that for the younger listeners? The answer is no, by the way. I don't have a minute to talk. We are literally in the middle of a club. Like, no, this is not a place for this conversation, period. Whether male or female. Nah, I don't. Kev, off top of your head, how many? Of course, you don't have to name the situation.
That's a good one off the top of your head.
Right, there you go. Off the top of your head, how many situations can you just straight up come up with where you would do this?
Every time I'm walking out of Target and someone's asking me to sign something. Are you registered to vote?
We out.
You want to buy some candy?
Sir, we're doing this to help my basketball. Just the most grossly passive aggressive thing on the planet.
Yeah, well, yeah, like that's when it would be useful, is if you were the only one who could do it. If everybody could do it, there'd just be a bunch of heads just rolling around all over the place.
They set a percent for real with mesh mask on. Like, no, Capitol rioters all decapitated once. We all go play soccer for a little bit, but
you get hit by Jake Paul, your head just
where did this show go? No, okay. To to round out the conversation. Look, they've said a percentage of them. I don't know if sea slugs are asexual. I'm not sure. But I was curious of whether there was a sexual orientation to it, whether, you know, the males could do it. But I think they're asexual. I don't know. Sea slugs are gross. So in general, so I don't know, whatever they are, they're so disgusting that they may not even need a gender, period.
So if you were a scientist, you would only study animals that you found sexy. Is that
That's a good question. I think sexy is a horrible word for question, this. But it's yeah, I'm not going to use. I think I'm going to reject the word sexy here because that's not how I would define this. But no, actually, I'm gonna. Oh no, you know why? Because in the event that I had to dissect an animal, I wouldn't want it to be an animal that I liked. So I would probably study like sea slugs. You know, I just cut these. Okay. I'll cut these fools up. They ugly.
Yeah. They cut themselves up. The work does itself.
Man, they gently tied a string around their gently, fam. That's the key. They said they
anytime
gently
you tie anything around anything's neck, it's a little too aggressive.
It probably is.
Call me crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, well, all right, fair enough.
Are you concerned about the gender because you're concerned that maybe you did it and then you come back with different equipment?
Oh, that's an interesting question too. That would
like you know, when you started, your package was from Amazon and then comes back and it's from FedEx.
No. Well, it would be fine if that was how you were, you know, genetically created to have one or the other. But if you had no idea that was what was going to happen, it probably would be pretty shocking. Like,
that'd be a shocker.
Wait a minute. Well, we got to do this one again. We're doing this again. Yeah, we want to double up. I wasn't ready for this. We got to run this back, man.
But real quick, let me.
They're like, doing it twice within 24 hours could cause death. It's like, whatever. No. It'd be like this. You're not a Marvel movie fan, but it'd be like that scene in Doctor Strange. I don't want to spoil.
I just did that. I did that for 3 people, and you were one of them.
Yeah, well, I think you got 2 of us, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a trash post. It's so trash. Yeah, man, I can't imagine. But hey, we all created. So, do they die? How do you kill a sea slug if it can decapitate itself?
Step on it.
I mean, what, crush its organs that it'll get rid of anyway? I guess as long as it has its head. If it doesn't have its head, yeah. All right, you're right. Crush the head.
Walking Dead, you know.
Is it not? Are you sure? Because that seems very much like The Walking. Well, not so much The Walking Dead, the Regenerating Dead, if you will.
Oh man!
All right, man. All right. We have drug all of the life out of that subject. Thank y'all for tuning in. I am your homeboy Track Life, and that over there is your fam Cap Dakota. I'm just picturing the scene in Knitting Factory right now. I've like figured it out. I even know where I'm standing.
What is that rolling on the? Oh, that's.
And y'all like, and the whole crew just rolls their eyes like, oh, this dude is always doing this. Like again.
Who brought the bag?
Is he like this? Yeah. There's like a bag for the
bowling ball bag.
Right? Remember, because we used to have to sometimes carry our old turntables and stuff in the shows. So like one of those, one of the bags would be like an extra one for when Trek decides to self-decapitate himself because he doesn't want to have a conversation about what direction a relationship is going randomly while he's about to perform.
Face me toward the breathing hole.
Right? Yo, y'all jerks, man. Y'all did it again. Y'all didn't even face me the right way. Stop playing, fam. I hate when y'all do this. All right, anyway. Thank y'all for tuning in. This has been Rap Sucks Radio. If you'd like to catch past episodes of Rap Sucks Radio, you can go to rapsucksradio.com or any of your favorite podcasting platforms. If you'd like to catch this on your television, you can go to BTSN, that's Behind the Scenes Network. Download the app on your Roku or any of your Amazon Fire devices. Just click on that once you download it, and we are right there. We got our own section and everything with a lot of dope content as well. BTSN, Behind the Scenes Network, we want in. We are out of here like last year, man. We'll catch you. Oh, I do have to say this. Please follow us on IG. Please follow us on Instagram, Rap Sucks Radio on Instagram. I got to make sure I start announcing that. We post up video clips from the shows. So follow us on IG and follow us on YouTube. And aside from that, we will catch y'all next time on the count of three. We say peace. 1, 2, 3. Peace. We out, y'all.